Hello, we're back with The Social Connection, your weekly dose of social media news. I'm Shreya Upadhyaya and with me is Eshani Mathur.
We are back with all the interesting stories that generated buzz in the virtual world. Who said what, who did what and what went viral.
So now let's begin with the stories that made it to our headlines.
See how posts and comments affect mental health.
Army uses social media to ease rescue operations in Jammu and Kashmir.
And details of 5 million Gmail accounts leaked.
Well, there was a time when people were glued to their television sets, but that was occasional. Then there was a generational shift when social media invaded our lives, impacting our thought process of how we react to everything.
Precisely. Some of us have only a visual existence, as we only react when anything positive or negative is posted on social media about us. We are either very upset or excited. Today we'll talk about if we are virtually or socially connected.
The impact of social media as a way to communicate does not just influence any particular age group or nation. Everyone seems to have taken to its use to some extent. But using social media has its risks, especially when people react to everything on social media. Social networking sites encourage people to be more public about their personal lives. Because intimate details of our lives can be posted so easily and any remark, positive or negative, affect us to great extent. It also gives us a sense of complex in comparison to others. Markway and Markway in Shyness is Nice raised the problem of comparison. They believe that in general, Facebookers may tend to reveal good news, positive stories. When these are compared to viewers' real-world experience, which includes both positive and negative events, one may have the perception that one's own life is worse, the grass being greener on the other side. Larry Rosen has been examining the mental health of social media users for many years. Earlier studies reported more negative findings, such as young adults with a strong Facebook presence tended towards narcissism, antisocial tendencies and aggression. Overuse was identified as causing anxiety and depression. Excessive use of social media was also linked to poor achievements at school. Madeline Fries-Michel, in her research on teenagers, discovered that despite the preconception that teens are always texting, they do prefer face-to-face contact. And surprisingly, they wished they could spend more time with their parents, but felt that the parents spent too much time using social media. According to Cornell University's Steven Strogas, social media sites can make it more difficult for us to distinguish between the meaningful relationship we foster in the real world and the numerous casual relationships formed through social media. By focusing so much of our time and psychic energy on these less meaningful relationships, our most important connection, he fears, will weaken. It's time we realize the importance of social media in a more productive and controlled way, rather than blurring the thin line between real and virtual world.
Every time a tragedy strikes, people take to social media to share information and express their concern. Be it the Uttarakhand disaster or the recent floods in Jammu and Kashmir, social media has proved to play a crucial role every single time. So much so that now the Indian Army is using it to reach out to the people trapped in Kashmir. As floods continued to grip Jammu and Kashmir, social media was abuzz with people sharing information about the trapped people and their immediate needs. A call for donations, including a list of basic needs like first aid boxes, milk powders, clothes, blankets, medicines and the like, is being tweeted along with photographs of the victims. The Indian Army, constantly working towards rescue and relief for those affected, is using social media sites like Twitter, Facebook and WhatsApp to reach out to the masses. The Army headquarters is forwarding distress messages from anxious families and friends received by it on its website, Facebook page and Twitter handle to a WhatsApp group that includes senior commanders in the Northern Command. From there, the troops on ground are being directed to help the people in stress. Meanwhile, rescuers from the National Disaster Response Force have also received messages on WhatsApp from those stranded in the flood-ravaged state. NDRF Chief O.P. Singh said, "We were able to rescue some people after getting these messages. We have asked our commanders and control rooms to streamline these messages so that our teams can be directed where they are needed." On Twitter, hashtags Kashmir floods and JNK flood relief are connecting everyone who is looking for various avenues to donate, share and find their loved ones. The Indian Army, Indian Air Force and other national disaster rescue teams are being lauded across social media platforms for their persistent efforts in rescue and relief operations. Government organizations like the Prime Minister's office and the Indian Army are constantly sharing updates on Twitter and Facebook regarding the situation and the efforts being made. Heart-touching pictures of people wading through floodwater and boats being used to rescue people are also being shared on different social media platforms. The steady stream of information flowing on social media is playing a proactive role, as are the calls for help, keeping the hope of thousands alive.
Details including passwords of nearly 5 million Gmail accounts have been leaked at a Russian forum related to Bitcoin. The accounts have been posted on the forum in an archived file and can be downloaded by anyone. That's the bad news. The good news is that the leak doesn't seem as massive upon further inspection. Take a look.
A Russian hacker has posted the usernames and passwords of 4.3 million Google accounts, leading to a lot of anxiety among users whether or not their accounts are safe. The archived file is not protected by password and can be opened by anyone. The person who posted the file claimed that nearly 60% leaked passwords were valid and working. However, in a statement, Google said that its servers have not been compromised and that the information related to the leaked account was gathered through some other means. If you want to check whether your account is in leaked list, go to isleak.com and enter your email ID. If it is in the leaked list, change your password immediately. If it is not in the list, you are safe for now. However, if you want better security for your Gmail account, consider turning to two-step verification. Google explains, two-step verification adds an extra layer of security to your Google account, drastically reducing the chances of having the personal information in your account stolen. To break into an account with two-step verification, bad guys would not only have to know your username and password, they would also have to get hold of your phone. As part of the two-step verification, a user gets one-time code on the phone that he or she has to enter while logging into Google account along with the password. It is similar to one-time code that banks use to authenticate a credit or debit transaction on the web in India.
Moving on, let's catch up with the top trends on Facebook and Twitter.
This week marked the 13th anniversary of 9/11 attacks. President Obama led the tributes to the nearly 3,000 people who died on September 11, 2001. With this, 9/11 topped the Facebook charts. The relief and rescue efforts continued this week too to save the people affected by the floods in Jammu and Kashmir. People expressed their opinion and lauded the efforts by the defense forces with the hashtag Kashmir floods in Jammu and Kashmir trended on Facebook. Formula 1 champion Michael Schumacher headed home this week. Schumi's Facebook fans prayed for him to recover. The F1 legend became one of the top trends on Facebook. Aam Aadmi Party released a sting video allegedly showing Delhi BJP leader Sher Singh Dagar offering money to AAP MLA Dinesh Mohania. Soon after, hashtag BJP Exposed trended on Twitter. While photos of the new Batmobile from the upcoming Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice surfaced on Instagram, the Batmobile made Facebooker go berserk. As the booking for the 6th edition of Apple smartphone iPhone 6 started this week, iPhone 6 trended on Twitter.
Next up, starting this week, Facebook users will be able to see how many times a video has been viewed. Taking a cue from YouTube, Facebook now has decided to show how many times that video you posted on the wall is viewed. As it gives an instant gratification for Facebook users, the move is aimed at shoring up its ad revenues. Take a look.
Facebook is gearing up for a fight with Google by adding a number of YouTube-style features to its videos. Videos uploaded to Facebook using the social network's own video player will now publicly display how many views they receive. The new features are designed to encourage commercial publishers to post more videos on the site, allowing them to track the success of their marketing campaigns. The publishers of videos on Facebook will now be able to see how their videos have fared. The move would help better monetize the video content on the social networking site that is currently witnessing 1 billion views every day. The addition of video views is just the latest in a line of improvements made to Facebook's videos. Will the company, now with 1.3 billion monthly active users, be able to build enough video muscle to lure a significant number of eyeballs and advertisers away from YouTube? We'll have to wait and see.
There are millions of websites spread in the virtual space that are vying for their existence, but not many are able to make a mark for itself.
Yes, and today we will tell you about the top 5 websites of the year which are handpicked by Time magazine, and they might prove beneficial to you too. Take a look.
It's pretty exciting to look at those lists which explore the most desirable or famous person in the world. But this time we'll explore the list which will help you discover the 5 best websites of this year. The first one to top our list is 10-Minute Mail. 10-Minute Mail sets you up with a self-destructing email address that expires in, yes, you guessed it right, in 10 minutes. Your temporary inbox works just like a regular email, allowing you to forward and respond to messages. What more is that you can add some extra time if 10 minutes isn't quite long enough for you. Once you're done, all your activities are wiped away, leaving no trace at all. Next in line is Just Delete Me. This website helps you in removing yourself from a zillion online services which you might feel are of little use. Just Delete Me lets you know which sites are easy, medium, hard or impossible to quit, and how to go about removing yourself from each one. If you're signed up at oodles of popular sites, whether you use them or not, then this site might prove pretty useful for you. Well, we are living in a world which vouches by YouTube and on-demand videos. But wait before we tell you about My80s TV, which puts you in front of an old-fashioned tube television complete with knobs for changing channels and provides a steady stream of 80s programming. You can even pick the exact year and filter out the kind of shows you want to see. What will happen if a mammoth online superstore stocked with products from Amazon, Walmart and other popular online shopping destinations is created? Well, welcome to My Supermarket. Browse the site and add the items you need to your cart. You'll get to see the lowest priced items available, and when you are ready to check out, you pay My Supermarket directly. It also facilitates delivery from the aforementioned stores. Are you a travel enthusiast who is always ready with the backpack? Then this one is surely for you. Roadtrippers.com makes it easy for you to plan a long trip by car. Roadtrippers caters to a lot of interests from sightseeing to eating and includes curated descriptions of your path's hidden gems. When you are done planning, you can load the app to your phone for quick access when on the go.
Before wrapping up, we would like to thank you for all the feedback that you send in week after week.
Now let's see what all you said on our Twitter handle, Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Well, this is the end of our show. Thank you again so much for all the feedback that you keep sending week after week. Don't forget to join us again next week to get your dose of social media news.
Continue writing to us via email, on our Twitter handle or on our Facebook page. And if you missed any of our shows, you can catch them on our YouTube channel.
Before we log off, we leave you with this week's interesting video we searched for you. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye.
Discrimination and illegal practices such as sex determination have pushed the male-to-female ratio down to 1,000 to 919. That means for every 1,000 boys, there are only 919 girls. That's the worst it's ever been since our independence. The thing is, the problem starts with us. But the good part is, so does the solution. Stop discrimination, inequality, harassment, wherever you see it. Celebrate women. It starts small, but the impact is big. It's time you decide. Will you be one of the obstacles? Or will you be part of the solution?